How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA analyst, and today we have got a FIFA 20 coaching session for you. You guys have absolutely been loving these sessions recently. Creates a good discussion down in the comment section. Obviously there are a lot of points for us to go through. We're taking a look at Wisp today, who is a Division 4, Division 3 rivals player. We do go through everything in terms of attacking, defending, looking at pretty much everything that you can in this game. It is broken down all into the key bits. It's about a 30-minute video, so I hope you guys do enjoy. If you do, please do let me know by dropping a like and you subscribe to the channel if you are new. We do upload every day at 5 PM, and also if you want to see any of these sessions done live, we do stream every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, so a link in the description if you are interested in that. But let's go and crack on straight away with a video. Okay, so obviously, again, we seem to start off these coaching sessions with a little bit of negative stuff, but it's something always to take chance on. So we pick up the, cursor of Sterling here, which is fine. You're going to go put pressure on him, which I like, but then you switch to Carvajal to try and cover this pass. Now, again, it's quite aggressive defending, like there, but the problem is that you step up to the wrong player when he's played it into here. Now, this guy could, with his Sanchez, step up and play a through ball into there. So just don't be so aggressive, especially early on into the game, because of how strong kickoff is. It's one of the things to take into consideration. Are we playing on telly as our camera angle as well? Can you just see there by what I mean by that space that you've just gave to him, because Carvajal's now out of the game? Essentially, the reason why I point this sort of stuff out is because Carvajal's now not in the game, essentially. If you look at the mini-map down at the bottom here, you've got your two centre-backs. What then happens, let's say if this is your one centre-back here, he has to come over, and then that means that the other centre-back has to come over, and then the left-back has to come over. So you've then got literally your guys all in the middle, and then that leaves acres of space down the other wing for the guy at the back stick. So just take it into account. Again, it's probably not going to cost you here, but it is always one thing to take into account on it as well. Again, I never like to be too picky, but at the end of the day, we want to make sure we're always looking at this. I like the sort of pressure you put on with Eusebio, and what you kind of do here with Sissoko is fine. What I don't like is that there. See with Alan, that I think when you're switching, right, one thing to take into account, Wisp, is that when you switch, think about what you're doing with the analog, because already from the start of this game, I think, that's two chances, and we're, 3 minutes in? Well, two situations, we'll just show you. Two situations where you've switched to one of your defenders, and because you're quite heavy on the analog stick, you're pulling them out of position. So we do it once here with Carvajal. Was it? Comes up into it in a second, doesn't it? So we do it there with Carvajal, pull him out of position. The pressure here with Eusebio in a minute is good. I like it. You come back. Pressure that pass. Nearly won it. But then watch with Sissoko and Alan here. Watch Alan. Passes it into the middle. Look at Alan. Where's that movement going? There's no one there. You just needed to come down that way. So it just, one thing that we're noticing so far is that it seems to be you're quite heavy on the stick. You know what? You can't even argue with that. That was lovely. Nice little pass from De Bruyne. Cut back from stuff. Again, this is only minor stuff, but it's just something to praise on, to be honest with you guys. Is a lot of people in this situation here, they get to here, and what they probably do, a lot of people, is they cut back, because it's just what the bog standard thing is to do on FIFA. What I really, really like is that you come down and then you cut back, and it just loses the opponent ever so slightly. Like that there makes him then go, oh no, he's going back in this way, and then you come back that way, which I think just does the opponent. So you're just keeping him guessing, which was good stuff there, which frees up the space for Sterling to get where it was. That pass is perfect. Nice touch, near post, quality finish. Can't beat that at all. I always switch with both right stick and L1. I'm just quickly going to interrupt this one just to say there are a lot of you guys that are watching these videos and enjoying them that aren't subscribed to the channel. So if you just want to click the little icon down below to subscribe, you can also click the bell icon if you want to get notified when we upload every day at 5 PM. So, guy gives the ball away cheaply. No need for him to do that at all. I'm just trying to see if there's anything kind of different that we could have done. But I don't think there is. I think you worked it really nicely. It was a nice bit of patience. Pass into De Bruyne. Got back in. Yeah. Touch. to be honest, I mean, the touch on that is fine. For me, I might have played the pass into Eusebio, but obviously it worked out, so you can't really say, oh, no, that was right, that was wrong, or anything like that, because it worked out in that particular case, So it's probably something that's quite common for gold players, even some elite as well, is when this ball comes into Memphis Depay here, you switch to Varane fairly quickly, which is fine. As soon as he does that animation, I say this a lot, you've always got a couple of options. Your options are to try and predict where he's going, whether he's going to come back that way or whether he's going to come this way. Your choice, you know, what you think he's going to be doing. To be aggressive in defending, it's timed aggression in a way. This sort of area is where I don't really like trying to predict where the opponent is going to go. So what I'd probably say is if you hold L2, which is just a jockey button, which I'm sure you're aware of, and if you just hold L2 and basically you don't let go of the stick completely, the left stick I'm talking about, you don't let go of it completely, but you just be quite like patient with it and just linger in around that area, because then if he chooses to go that way, you respond. If he goes that way, you respond. Obviously, what we choose to do is we go, oh, he's going to come back this way. You probably think he's going to come back this way because of this man here. He hasn't really got much on here, so that's probably why you do it, so I understand why you have. But obviously, it just leaves end space. Sissoko automatically sticks in a leg there, which is just the AI doing that for you. So you got a bit lucky in that particular case, I'd say. Ah, okay. So we did really well there. Drag back was nice. Does the opponent. What division were you in when you played this game, by the way? Because this... You let me know in the chat. Would you guys have played that pass? I think maybe... Is it because you've seen... Like, are you thinking here, Wisp, that this is Marquinhos up against Eusebio and you've got a bit of space to run into? Are you willing to take your chances there? Because, I mean, obviously De Bruyne, we know he's capable of playing that pass. It's a 94 De Bruyne. It's a quality card. I probably wouldn't have done that. I personally wouldn't have played that pass because I just feel like maybe because it's 2-0 and you're thinking it's worth a shot. I don't know. You let me know, Wisp. As I said, I wouldn't have played that. But when it comes to the finish here, that touch was fine. I don't know why we've tried the ball roll. You only do the ball roll when the keeper commits. If the keeper was in this position here, so he's not there, he's here instead, you then ball roll. When he's there, just smash that near post. You know what I mean? Then obviously, you know, mess it up. So you thought he would have run out of defence. Okay. So you think what? You think here he's going to... You think he's going to change to this player and commit? Or do you think he's going to commit to you there? Because realistically, what this guy should be doing, this is similar to the clip we put on Twitter. He has two options. He can switch to this player and he can put the pressure on the ball holder and try and tackle De Bruyne. Or he does what he does. He can carry on trying to track that run. If it was me defending this, I'm quite aggressive in defence. I'd probably switch to him and try and get a tackle in. But it does then mean that the AI's got to track that run, and the AI is not great at tracking the run. So I think the guy here doesn't actually do much wrong. I think he tries to track the run, and he gets really unlucky not to grab that ball back, if I'm honest with you. And then obviously, you know, you mess the chance up. I do think that was, you know, I like what we do here. I'd probably try and capitalise on this little space you've got. Near post is strong, so I feel like if you can get through to here, you've beat that man. The way I could probably do that is X and A, which gives you that like angled fake shot, and that might beat him. You could even just try a simple ball roll and run down. But I think the cutback, if you're going to cut back there, take the shot and the finesse. It's Eusebio at the end of the day. You're in a good position there to go for that finesse. Like, I mean, it's not like the most successful chance that it's going to go in, but given that it's Eusebio, given that it's 2-0 up, maybe you could give it a go. That's where you can capitalise on your opponent, you know, being 2-0 down. You've got the chance there. Maybe just take it. If that was 0-0, I wouldn't be saying shoot. I'd be trying to do what you're doing, which is building a better chance. I feel like near post there. Maybe it goes in, but... Okay. So that there, Wisp, I like... Because you do what I ask people to do, but you just do it ever so wrong. Like, you were very so close to getting that right. So here, what you're doing is you're doing what everyone does in this game. They're covering the passing lanes, right? You're currently holding L2 with Sissoko, and you're trying to cover off the middle. The middle's, you know, like, it's like the heart to football. It's one of the most dangerous positions on the pitch, clearly, because it's closest to goal. But what you do is you cover it, and then you do what I want you to do. You go and press the ball holder, so you just hold sprint and you run at him and you're trying to win the ball back. But you don't angle it in the right way, because what you need to be running from here and downwards. So can you see how that these are the two passes? If you would have moved Sissoko up to there and then charged down at him, I would have preferred that, because then he has to come down and then look to go back to his right back or whatever. That then means it's harder for him, or he can come up to Roberto Sanchez. But obviously, you've gone from being there to then just charging him down, which then gives him the space to play that pass into the middle, quite simply. Get it to reload because it's lagged. But do you know what I mean? So it's covering the passing lane and then charging your opponent. But you just give him the space. Varane, quite aggressive defending, but you got away with it with that. So if you struggle with charging Wisp, what you've got to be thinking about is cover the passing lane. As soon as you've covered that passing lane, if the opportunity arises, go and charge at the opponent. You've got to do it in a way. It's practice. So what is it that you struggle with it? Is it you struggle to keep it on target, like onto the ball holder? Is that what you struggle with? Some people do this, and you haven't done it here, which is good stuff indeed. Is that you switch to PK, and just that little switch where you just pulled him back into the position. You didn't go charging out with PK. I like that. It's just keeping it nice and simple. Keeping your team shape, your team structure. So we do well here. We cover that passing lane. This is what I mean about... This is where you can be a bit more aggressive in defending, Wisp. Is that you've covered this pass off. This Ben Yedder, you know, he can go where he wants from here, but he can't really pass it into there. You've covered that pass now. Charge at him. You can literally take maybe one step to here and then press circle and get a tackle in. But we don't. We carry on doing that. And can you just see that? It gives him that little bit of space to just kind of go forward. He then does the drag back. He finds a pass. Creates that little space. Does you with that. I mean, to be honest with you, buddy, other than what you've just done there, where you just backed off and backed off and backed off, it gave him the space. Maybe you got sold a little bit with PK. A little bit, but that shot should never be going in. The only thing this guy should be doing here is playing that pass into there. That actual shot is ridiculous. Like, he's hardly even facing the goal. He's facing the wrong way. So I think you're a little bit unlucky on that. Yeah, you're a little bit unlucky, but if you would have been that bit more aggressive instead of covering that passing lane as long as you did, that probably wouldn't have happened. Yeah, Tommy, that was a quality finish, but what I'm saying is it shouldn't be going in. So what I mean by this Allen on drop between defenders, Wisp, which I'm not a massive fan of it, to be honest with you. It's just, can you see what he's done here? Allen is basically playing as your middle centre-back. Varane is basically a right-back in that particular situation. Look at this back line you've got down here. If you look down on the mini-map, right, that's 5 at the back, which then means that if you've got Carvajal on stay back while attacking, which you have, he's basically going to drop back to here now. So then it means all you've got is the left winger, Eusebio, your right winger in Sterling, De Bruyne, and Sissoko in attack. You've got 4 players. Oh, 5. 5. Oh, 5. Oh, let's not put that on the YouTube. Oh, we'll get roasted in the comments. You got 5 attackers. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down at the bottom. Sissoko, not so much, I suppose, because he is just a centre mid. Yeah, at the minute you see 4 at the back, Kingpin, but that's because he's just pulling from up here with Carvajal. So it makes a 5 at the back in the general rules a bit, which I just think, I don't know, I'm not a massive fan of it myself. As in, if you're playing 4-4-2, I don't know why we move it. If you were playing drop between defenders and having 3 centre backs, and then you had your full backs on balanced, it would make more sense. It gives you that bit more in attack. Okay, so you know we say about creating chances. Pass there, like the little dribbling. Boom, into Sissoko. Yeah, you're gonna play that into there. Play it into Sterling. Like, you know, we Wisp, you say about attacking, creating chances. To me, this is a pass into Sterling. Sterling runs down to here. You look for someone on this box. Boom. I talk about this a lot, of just getting down to this goal line and just looking for that pass back across. You know, it's essentially not a free goal, but it's a good opportunity to do. Like, I'm hoping... Have you done what I do, fat fingers, and you know you've meant to pass it there, but your fat fingers have meant that it's passed it to here, or have you deliberately tried to go to Eusebio? There. Jockey circles too big. Yeah, so if your jockey circles are too big, that's where you're being too fat on, like too big on the analog. You're going to the end of the analog. You need to just be more subtle with it, basically. I'll tell you what, shall I try and show you? So, right, you look at the analog. So what I think you're doing at the minute is, can you see that? That's gone right to the edge. Sometimes you just need to be that little bit, can you just see that little bit more delicate? Like that. That's being quite delicate on the stick. You at the minute are going like this. Can you see the difference in that? I'm just watching it on my screen, that's why I'm looking to the left. So that's me being delicate. That's you being too aggressive. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so now we need to be thinking. In this sort of situation, he's got lucky with that pass coming out of there. But just always keep an eye on it. I don't know why Varane just pushed up the way he did. But, okay, I wouldn't be doing that, first of all. Eric Boy, I appreciate that, mate. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Glad you're enjoying the YouTube videos, buddy. So, with this, I don't necessarily... thank you for the follow as well, Eric. Appreciate it. With this, I don't mind your aggression. Like, your aggression here is fine. And the reason why I say that is because it's the halfway line. All right, we've got a 2-1 lead. We don't want to concede, obviously. But, you know, people like to be aggressive in defence. You know, and I feel like the aggression isn't that bad. What I don't like, though, is that how come when you've realised that this guy might be trying to play the 1-2, why have you tried to cover the pass upwards with Varane? Varane has to stay in this centre-back position, right? Varane's quality centre-back. Carvajal, you should stick on Carvajal here. Pull him back to there. As soon as Carvajal keeps his 1 yard or 2, you can then switch to Varane and put pressure on the ball holder. But you do that, and then pull that Varane up, and then you pull him back there. Now look at this space. Like, the guy's got time to do what he wants there. So if you get in that situation again, instead of going and covering with Varane, you just have to go, right, I've pressured with Carvajal. Okay, so now the 1-2 might be on. So what I want to do is I want to just pull Carvajal back to here and then switch to Varane and pressure the ball holder. Okay? Because you're then giving Carvajal the head start. Does that make sense? I hope I've explained that well enough for you. Again, the only reason why I say this is because it just causes the team shape to go out of pot, and then that can lead to a goal. In this sort of situation, with here, you've got to be thinking about, look, 45th minute, don't want to give the ball away. I want to go in at half-time with this 2-1 lead. As soon as you go to 2-2, it's a different ball game. Your head might start to go. So if you took the touch here, I'd just ball roll up this way. You know how to do a ball roll, yeah? Just ball roll up that way, keep the ball, maybe go back towards your right back and just see the half out, essentially. The touch kind of lets him down, but I feel like if you do ball roll here, there's a possibility you keep it. And obviously it gives him the chance to win the ball back and try and get a second goal. Let's see if he does. Go back. He's just messed that up massively. I don't know why he does that. Looking at half-time stats, they don't always mean a massive amount. Like, you know, it's not the be-all and end-all. I do like to say to people, I like possession to be 55, 60%, but it does depend on your play style. By the seams of it, you don't seem like the type of player that wants to hold the ball. You seem like a player that wants to go forward and attack. So that's fine. That's your play style. You don't have to play the way I like to play. Pass accuracy, regardless of how your play style is, just try and keep that above 90%. And how you do that is by just thinking about each pass, essentially. Don't give it away too cheaply. But yeah, game's going well so far. You've been doing good. Just got to keep it up. Okay, so this is something that I want you to start trying. You know when you play this pass into here, sometimes it's one of my personal favourites, just to create that little bit of extra space, that little bit of room inside the box, is preload a fake shot, which is X and A. So if you press X and A now, De Bruyne will do a fake shot first time as his first touch. You can do it in either direction. Just give it a go, see how you find it. I think it adds quite a bit to someone's game. Just that little first time fake shot makes it harder for the opponent to guess it. Don't do it all the time, obviously, but sometimes you can kind of put it in and see how you get on with it. Yeah, PS4. No, square and X. Sorry, I'm terrible. I forget. So to preload the fake shot, you can either do square. That is not a square. Square and X, which is cross and pass, or you can do circle and X, which is shoot and pass. I personally, I do square and X. It just suits me better, but you can do shoot and pass. But if you do it before you receive the ball, they preload the fake shot, and it's a first-time fake shot. It's only real good, though, with... I find it's best with people with 5-star skills, if I'm honest with you. But, like, De Bruyne would have done it all right there, I reckon. I'd like to see a couple more ball rolls implemented as well. I don't think we've done a single ball roll yet, Wisp. And ball rolls just create that little bit of room, that little bit of space. It could be something just to add in. Again, I'm assuming you know how to do a ball roll. Tell me if you don't know. You know what's going to come here, right? You know what's going to come here, yeah? Ryan, my man, how are you doing? You know what's going to come here. This is just giving the ball away so cheaply. Again, if it's 2-3-0, it's a bit of a different story. But what I'd like to remind you of is that this game is currently 2-1. You can't be giving the ball away in your back line like this, especially when he doesn't even pressure it. I don't know what the attempt is there, to be honest with you, Wisp. Yeah, so going back to it, Wisp, you know what we said about being heavy on the sticks? Watch Sissoko here. He plays this pass in. You see that this pass is no, this pass is no. The logical place for this guy to go is either back up via a drag back, or he can come downwards. His choice, basically. So you cover it. You predict that he's going to do it, which is fine. But can you just see how, like, thick it is on the sticks? Okay, so you work that chance really well overall. You move the ball around quite quick. This pass here was lovely. I think you've got to take a touch, though. See, do you know what I mean? You know when I said about ball rolls? This is where I think a ball roll upwards or downwards, your choice. I feel like that could be really, really good for you in this situation. I don't think I would have took the shot first time there, just because of the angle that De Bruyne is on. Like, it doesn't line up for you great, to be honest. But yeah, I think there is a sort of situation where a ball roll could be really, really good. You've predicted it. You know what's going to happen. You know here, as soon as he plays that pass, he's looking for that 1-2. Okay? That's what you know. Like, you know what he's going to look for. So what you do is the right thing in that you come back with Varane and you try and cover it, which is brilliant. You do that to a way where you do the job perfect. But then, when you get to here, you then step up and try and, like, intercept it. Oh, like, so close. And it just cuts you open, man. It just cuts you open. So you got quite lucky with that there. Very, very lucky. What I would have carried on doing, honestly, is just carry on going with Varane. If you wanted to put that pressure on the ball holder, I'd switch to PK and then put the pressure in. But it's your choice. I mean, sticking with Varane that whole way and just being patient with it. You were very unlucky not to win that back. I think, you know, you were close. Like, I know what you're trying to do. This is what I mean about being too aggressive. So you've run off the pitch with Costa. Don't know why we've done that, Wisp. But you've just got to carry on going here. You've got to carry on going and just track that runner at all times. If you come into here, you've just left yourself way too open there. Right, so if you carry on running there and you cover that pass, if he plays it into the middle, that's not a problem because you've got Alan there to step in. You've just got to protect this wing at this particular case. The middle is one of the crucial areas on the pitch, but at the halfway line, it's not obviously a guarantee. You know, he's not going to lead straight to a goal. That is just, you know, giving him that chance to get forward. So just stick with that runner. And you guys been really unfortunate because this centre defensive mid has just gone backwards. Really, really unfortunate. Ooh, and you're lucky with that as well. I like the attacking movement. You move the ball around really quickly. So in terms of attacking wise, Wisp, at the minute, I'd just be saying, just adding that little bit more flair, the ball roll, first time fake shot, and you've just got to be a bit more cautious with the ball in your half. I think, you know, we're giving the ball away quite cheaply now in this second half. Oh, you soldier. Oh, you... So, you know what I said earlier on? The switching here has messed you over, but you didn't need to switch from Varane to PK to Varane. I think that's probably panic. again, you just need to be holding L2 and just covering that sort of area. So in the box, the way I try and defend is literally just be so patient and just wait for the opportunities. Don't try and predict so much in the box. If you predict in the box and you get it wrong, it's game over. You try and predict that he's going to come back upwards. Obviously, the shot probably wasn't the greatest idea from him, but you know, you gave him the space there to possibly get the ball in the back of the net. So what I like that we're doing here is we're making some subs, which is good. A lot of people forget to do that. What I want you to be thinking at this stage of the game is the... sorry, I missed it. Cam Carvner, thank you very much for the follow, mate. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. What you need to be thinking about in this particular situation is that, right, it's the 83rd minute. It's 2-1. We just want to make sure that we're not giving the ball away cheaply. So just, again, every time you pick up the ball, think about... what time is it? How long have I got? Be a bit more cautious in this sort of situation. Again, we kept the ball, so it's not a problem, but just as a reminder for you, in future games, every time you pick up the ball, look at the clock. What is the time? Nice little movement there. Unlucky, unlucky. In this sort of situation here, you've covered the pass. At the minute, you're playing, you're currently controlling Fabregas in the middle. You're aiming to bring Fabregas into here. I don't understand why. When the ball comes out to him here, you've got to switch to this Varane and just get closer to him. You've just gave him all that time to do what he wants. And then realistically, I think that's a pen, to be honest with you. I don't think you got the ball. I don't think you got the ball. I think you got quite lucky with that. So yeah, just in that situation, you need to switch into there. Because Fabregas, regardless of you controlling him, isn't going to make up that ground there. It's too much of a ground to cover. So if you can, with Varane, make the switch to then cover that cut back across, you might win the ball back. But obviously, we got away with it because the last-ditch defending. Honestly, I think you're really, really lucky in terms of not giving away a pen. But again, you picked up the ball. Look at the time on the clock. So you just want to make sure you're being patient with it. He's offside. But now that you brought someone on, so Sancho's got fresh legs, just be thinking, I want to use Sancho's fresh legs. All right, so I'm only going to touch on it just to say if this was a FUT Champs game, and let's say if you gave the ball away here and you went up the other end and scored, you'd be annoyed. Just carry on running, man. Just carry on running down that line. You pretty much finished the game here. Just carry on running. Just don't give it away cheaply there. So that's it then, Wisp. Let's have a look and see how the game finished for you. So we had 4 shots, 2 on target, 47% possession. So we started to have more possession in the second half. Pass accuracy increased as well. We didn't really create too much in that second half. It was quite a back and forth game, I think, in terms of no one really created the key opportunities. But you need to work on how heavy you are on the sticks, as we spoke about. Always think when you change player about where you are and where you're about to go to when you change player. So, you know, a few times when you changed into the midfield or the right back or the left back, it's quite heavy. You quite move them out of position. Just be cautious of that. When they play the 1-2s, so if they try and play the 1-2, you've got to make sure you cover with Varane or you make the switch. So you got the 2 options. If they play the 1-2 into there, that's where 1, he then goes that way for 2. You've got to cover that run if you want to play passive. If you want to be aggressive, you've got to move to that defender there and proper pressure him really quick. But that's a more aggressive way with a high risk. So you need to do that. Just be a little bit more protective of it as well. When they're in your box, just be reactive in defence. Just be really patient. Hold L2. Stick to them as close as you can, but try not to be too heavy on the sticks as well. So you need a bit of a lighter touch. And then when it comes to attack, I'd probably add, as I said, the first time fake shots if you can. They just add a little bit. And some drag backs as well. I think you did a couple of them, but not a massive amount. It's quite a strong thing this year. And ball rolls. If you can do a ball roll in a key situation, honestly, they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. So on the CDM, it's your choice, to be honest with you, Wisp, if you want to try just stay back, or you can carry on with the drop between defenders. I personally don't like the drop between defenders. I feel like it creates that 5 at the back, which you were running. Have a little go with your fullbacks on balanced. See what you think. Give it a few games. If it doesn't work, take it back. I'm not going to force you to do it. But I honestly think when you put your fullbacks on balanced, they get forward a little bit more and they just give you that extra option going forward. So it can just give you a few more little avenues to go down as well.